SOMA is such a challenging market in general to get a good idea of cost per square foot for the different styles of condos that there are in SOMA. There's so many lofts, there's so many live-work lofts. Obviously this 4-level split atrium at 542 Natoma number 2 is a very unique property, and it's hard to get a good sense of value and really understand what this property should be priced at, let alone should be bought at for somebody coming in on the buyer's side. So the best comparable property to date, obviously, is 542 Natoma number 1. It is the property directly next door to the number 2 unit. It sold middle of last year. I actually had a listing appointment on it. I didn't get it, but Justin Goldberg sold it last year for $2.15 million, the middle of last year. It is slightly smaller, but it's basically the same layout. It's a 4-level split atrium with 2 bedrooms, one at the bottom, one halfway up, some bathrooms scattered throughout, and a huge kitchen on the sort of entryway up the stairs level. So really similar, but what justifies the difference between this listing price of 2.295 as opposed to the sales price of 215 middle of last year, given the market conditions that we're seeing? The square footage was obviously a little bit smaller. Number 2 is a little bit larger, but there have been a few notable sales in the condo market, above $2 million condo market in SOMA in the last sort of 6 to 9 months, which is showing that marquee designer eclectic properties still do have a really strong market. So 114A Russ Street, I've got some data in front of me. 114A Russ Street sold for $2 million. It's a 3-bedroom, 3-bed, 3.5 bath. Did sell for $2 million. I actually had a buyer that was looking at the place. I was thinking it would sell somewhere in the 1.8 range, but the fact it jumped to 2 shows that there are still, and it lasted 20 days on market, I might add. It shows that there is a strong market for these designer, interesting, unique condos and live-work sort of atrium-style lofts. There's been some huge sales. In December of last year, there was 6 Mint Plaza, number 900A, sold for $3.55 million. Also, 765 Market Street sold for just under $5 million. And these are these huge sort of 2,500 to 3,000 square foot condo spaces. But it's showing that the market is still slowly peaking upwards, which leads me to believe that the sales price of 542 Natoma will be somewhere around that $2.3 million mark. I think there are plenty of buyers. There's enough going on in the San Francisco economy with Instagram moving just across the street, with Uber opening up offices, Dropbox's IPO. There's enough money floating around to make it very clear that this property will sell in that $2.3 million range. I'm a buyer's representative first and foremost. I represent buyers that are buying real estate. I provide the comps, I do all the paperwork for you. I basically walk through the entire process and make sure that we can justify a purchase price, and then I get my brokerage to back us up if anything goes wrong during the escrow. If you'd like to go see 542 Natoma, it'd be my pleasure to show it to you. Kevin and I are obviously on the same team, but this isn't my listing, so I am trying to actively find the buyer for the property, so we can see it whenever. We could do a twilight tour, we could go check it out on a weekend. I'd be more than happy to show you all these comps that I have in front of me. Simply put your email in the box below. You have my phone number to be on this page. I look forward to showing the property.